Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news. Welcome to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm your host, Bill Price. Our guests this week, Michael Reese and Caleb Stuby from Addison, New York. This youth baseball coach and player, part of a team that helped nearby Woodhull clean up from last week's devastating floods. Traded the baseball glove for some work gloves and got to work. Michael, we'll start with you. What made you decide to take on a project like this?
I was actually cleaning a really good friend's machine shop all day on Thursday. And when I saw that they got that under control, I sat in the parking lot and I got a feeling, I would call it divine intervention, that Woodhull just needed help. And so I just reached out to the baseball team, and knowing that I had a group of kids that would probably want to help, I just reached out to them, and I saw the sense of pride that my son had when he was helping me at Game and Iron, and I wanted to share that sense of pride with the baseball team.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we actually went there with no plan. None of us had any idea of the devastation that Woodhull had experienced. The pictures and the videos don't even do it justice. It was crazy, but we had no plan, and just hope that we could find somebody to help.
Now, Caleb, you were part of this effort last week to go to Woodhull and help out. What made you decide to do this, and share with our listeners what exactly you did?
I did it because I wanted to help, because I saw it happen at the baseball field and stuff. Pulled rugs out, moved stuff around the house, and throwing it away.
What did you see in Woodhull, and how did it make you feel?
It was all destroyed. I felt bad for the people because they probably couldn't fix their houses.
Now, Mike, how did it make you feel to be able to be a part of something like this and to see these young kids do something like this? I mean, it's got to make you swell up with pride inside, I would imagine.
That is definitely one of the emotions that I'm feeling. Really, there's so many emotions. There's heartache, to see people's lives just turn completely upside down. We witnessed one woman who was going through the stuff that was destroyed, and all of her family photos were included in it, and she just sat there and wept. Just tremendous pride for these kids to take the time without any kind of hesitation and help complete strangers. It really demonstrates a level of character with these kids. It's not the same kind of pride that you see when they do well on the baseball field. It's the kind of pride that these kids are being raised by great parents, and they're being raised to be incredible human beings. And I'm inspired to continue coaching and leaning into their lives.
Yeah. Caleb, how did you feel, besides being tired at the end of the day, how did it make you feel to do something like this for your community?
It made me feel good because I help people. And
yeah. Well, it was really neat to see, a lot of devastation, but this was a really a silver lining in this tragedy. The recovery effort continues today. I know a lot of help from all across the country arrives in southern Steuben County this week. And Mike, how is the recovery effort going there?
It's going. The area is devastated. A lot of the homes are going to have to be condemned. We assisted with the cleanup of 12 different homes, but there are so many more that need help. As far as I'm concerned, the donations and volunteers will be desperately needed. And I know that they're in desperate need of licensed electricians so that they can certify that the home is safe to turn the electricity back on.
Well, a lot of hoops to jump through before we're over this. And Mike, I know you're a coach, and you've filled with pride from what you see on the baseball field, but just describe the reaction from your players after they were done helping out last week. What did you see? What did you witness?
My son actually said to me, he said it felt good to help people that needed it. That was certainly a big source of pride for me. And then after the first day, I actually took him for ice cream and bought pizza. I didn't let him go into a pizza place because we smelled pretty bad. But when they finished up, their first reaction was, can we can we go clean the baseball and softball fields? They want a place to play next spring. And it just shows you what kind of impact baseball has on these kids.
Much more than just a sport. Players are much more than just teammates, they're family. And you guys have proved that there in Woodhull.
I'm just so proud of the kids, and both baseball kids and softball kids.
That's Michael Reese and Caleb Stuby from Addison, New York, this week's Hometown Heroes. Join us next week as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.